It's been a while since my last video, and honestly, I'm behind on posting some videos from the last couple of months, so I will try to get caught up this week. First of all, after living in my car for over a year, I had my first accident, which almost made me lose my car. I was on a cross-country trip from Silicon Valley to visit my sisters in Minneapolis when I hit a deer. It was nighttime, and I was almost to a truck stop where I was going to stay for the night near Fargo, North Dakota. It was very dark on the road, and the deer suddenly ran out in front of my car just 10 to 20 feet ahead of me. I hit the brakes and tried to swerve as the deer turned and tried to run back to the side of the road, but it was too late. The deer collided with the right front corner of my car. By the way, I do want to mention that it is not recommended to hit your brakes and swerve if a deer runs in front of your car. In that situation, you will not have time to look to see if other cars are around you, and slamming on your brakes and swerving could make the situation worse if it causes you to have an accident with another car. Swerving at high speeds can also make you lose control of your car. I have family members that once witnessed a car roll over when the driver tried to swerve to miss a deer. Fortunately for me, there were no other cars around and I didn't lose control. However, I genuinely feel bad for the deer. After the collision, I wasn't sure what to do because there was no one around. It was night and I was in the middle of a highway. So I did a quick search on my phone and found out that the North Dakota Department of Transportation says you don't need to call 911 unless someone is hurt or the deer is blocking the road. I couldn't see the deer, so it might have run off or been flung into the brush on the side of the road. Since I was not injured and my car was still running, I decided to get off of the dark highway and go to the next exit to check out my car. I ended up in a Walmart parking lot where I saw that the headlight had been busted out and I was leaking engine coolant. So I went to the parking lot of a nearby hotel where I spent the night. The next day, I tried to patch the broken radiator coolant tank and make the drive to Fargo where Google Maps showed a Toyota dealership. Unfortunately, not long after getting on the road to Fargo, the engine overheat light came on. I immediately stopped and called AAA for a tow. By the way, I don't usually like to go to dealerships for repairs because they are notoriously expensive, but I figured they were the most likely place to have parts needed to get me on the road quickly. When you live in your car, having to wait days for repairs is expensive because you have to spend money on a hotel. So, back to getting my car towed. I do want to mention that if you live in your car or use your car for car camping or simply travel a lot, then you might want to consider getting AAA. They don't sponsor me or this channel, so this is not an endorsement of their services. However, I've had AAA for many years and it has definitely paid for itself. I presently have a AAA Plus membership, which costs $130 per year, and it provides me with 4 annual service calls. Those calls can be for a jump start, gas if I run out of gas on the road, or to get towed. And with AAA Plus, I can get towed up to 100 miles, which is great. In this situation, when my car overheated, I was on a small 2-lane highway in the middle of nowhere. Luckily, it didn't take long for the tow truck to arrive and take my car to the dealership. The dealership was able to get my car on the road within 24 hours, and Geico was also able to deposit the settlement in my account in that same period of time. Unfortunately, since the estimated cost of repairs was higher than the value of my 12-year-old Prius, Geico ended up listing my car as a total loss. That means that my title now lists the car as having been totaled. And unfortunately, that also means the value of the car drops to nearly nothing when it comes to selling it in the future or getting payouts for any future accidents. However, I wanted to keep my car since it is customized to my car living needs, so I took the Geico settlement and had the dealership in Fargo do enough repairs to make it drivable. I then headed south to Wichita, Kansas, which is my hometown, so I could use the garage at my parents' house to make the additional body repairs myself. In the next video, I will show you how to make those basic repairs to your car if you ever get into a fender bender or need to make repairs to things like the metal body of your car or a car bumper. For now, thank you for watching this video. If you are not already subscribed to my channel, then please consider clicking the subscribe button below. And as always, feel free to leave any questions in the comments section. I try to respond to all questions as quickly as possible. Thank you and safe travels.